Welcome to the studio, it's Freudial here, and today I'm using 3 unusual textures on the gel plate to create one big beautiful print. We're using the medium soft body in these fabulous little bottles. We're using some spray paint. Did you know you could use spray paint on the gel plate? But wait, there's more. We are using the beautiful, magnificent gold leaf on the gel plate. So come and join me and let's see how this fabulous print turns out. Now, first of all, I'm starting with the medium soft body. I love these paints. You squirt them out straight out of the little container. It's so liberating. You scribble on the gel plate. And then what I'm doing is putting some tissue over the scribble line and just kind of squashing it down a little bit, because what I want to do is take off the bulk of the paint so that it's not so super thick, only so it dries faster, because who wants to wait that long? But also the second reason is that I can transfer that same shape onto the gel plate in other places. And this is something I actually worked out last week by accident because I dropped my tissue. And I'm loving picking up the shape from one place, putting it down in another place, and each time I transfer the shape, the paint gets a little bit thinner, so it's creating different thicknesses in the shapes that I'm repeating. We like repeating the shapes on the gel plate because it's going to work really well for our composition. And seeing as I'm creating one big beautiful print, we do have to consider the composition. Now, I did let the fabulous white scribbles dry on the plate first before I moved on. Then I pulled out this magnificent color, cadmium red deep hue. It's a Liquitex spray paint, which is an acrylic spray paint and therefore compatible with the other paints. Oh, I know, it's absolutely amazing. I have started to use it a little bit more because I have such a fabulous big gel plate. The thing is, once you start with the spray paint, it's really hard not to get too carried away, because it's so fun and so easy to put on the marks. I love this way of mark making. I love the way it turns out. I love the possibilities of it. I can scratch into it with a catalyst tool, or I can then run over it with more lines from the spray paint. There's so many possibilities. The only drawback is, yes, again, you have to wait for this layer to dry. So I hope you've been following along with this fabulous adventure. I'm using my gel elf plate, which is 75 by 100 centimeters or 30 by 40 inches. It is enormous. I absolutely love it. And it's completely changed the way I'm approaching jelly printing. Now I want to build up the layers and I want to create a finished final pull that's beautiful enough to either frame, put on canvas, and have as a finished artwork. So I've got to think about each layer, what colors I'm putting down, what shapes I'm putting down, because I want the final print to be exceptional. I'm no longer thinking about making collage papers. I'm thinking about using the gel plate as a fine art tool. So I'm spraying on my fabulous Dance Moves stencils. Don't they look beautiful? Now, this is the Diox Purple in the Liquitex spray paint. I wanted to have a really dark color there. I thought about black, but I'm thinking that the purple is going to look nicer with the warm tones. Now, once all those layers were completely dry, I pulled out my favorite transparent red iron oxide, rolled that on the plate, and then spritzed it with some water. Yes, this is one of my favorite ways to create texture. I absolutely love it. I love the organic pattern. I like the way it grabs onto the stencils and creates different shapes and marks. It's another great way of mark making. Maybe I should have called this video 3 Ways for Mark Making. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. So then I've pulled out the fabulous gold leaf. Now I've got small little ones in kind of a pale gold, but then I also busted out some bigger ones. Now I bought these sheets of gold leaf from Temu. They were super, super cheap. So if you do that, you don't have to be scared about using them. Just plaster them on the gel plate. The transparent red iron oxide was still wet, which I like because when I poke down the gold leaf, it tears it apart. And I really like that. I like to make more of a patchy texture and pattern to it because then the color that comes next is going to show through the gold leaf. So it's going to have that organic pattern of the transparent red iron oxide splashed on the front of it, and then it's going to have another color sitting behind it and coming through it. I really like this idea. I like the possibilities of the different textures and the way the gold should shimmer in the end when I pull up the print. Now I say should because you don't really know exactly when you're creating this kind of print. In my mind, I'm having a bit of an idea of how it's going to go, but you are working backwards. Whatever you put down first is going to be on top when you flip that print over, and it's going to be mirror reversed because what I put on the right side here on the plate is going to be on the left side with the final print. So you kind of have to think about backwards and in a different direction and then hope that your ideas work out, which I'm finding really fun and such a fabulous way to experiment with this gorgeous, big, gigantic plate. So next I pulled out my masks and put them down. You can't actually buy these anymore. I was selling them from Joggles a few years ago, but they all sold out and we didn't make any more. They are actually from my Dance Moves series. I made a whole stack of different shapes for masks. And what I really love about them is I have enough to cover my plate because that's really important. So I've pulled out some of the beautiful little Meeden paints to run over the masks, and I've got Cocoa Brown, which is one of my favorites, light Naples yellow, and a Mars orange. All warm tones. They should all work together. I'm just putting the paint on, rolling over the masks, kind of rolling the colors in different sections or over each other. It really doesn't matter too much. I'm just really wanting to cover that space because when I pull the masks up, whatever I decide to pull the print with is going to show through in the end. And I ended up using a paint color called Parchment to actually roll over all of those beautiful layers of rich, luscious texture. It's quite a nice color. It's a Liquitex Basics paint. I wanted something neutral but warm-ish, nothing that was going to draw too much attention to itself. So I think this paint color should work, and I actually haven't used it before. So thinking about now what's on my plate, I've got the white scribble, I've got the deep red spray paint, I've got the Dance Move stencils in the beautiful purple, then we've got some transparent red iron oxide spritz with water, we've got some fabulous gold leaf. It's got to work, don't you think? And then we've got the fabulous mask shapes in those beautiful warm earthy colours of the Meeden paints. These are from my 100 colour pack, which is one of my favourite products from Meeden. And you will find links in the description under the video. There's a 12% discount on all the Meeden products if you put in Froilart. That is the magic discount code. So have a look at that. There's quite a few paints I love to use from Meeden, and it really is nice if you can put in a discount code, I think. So I'm using the Kozo Studio paper. This is a jelly printing mulberry paper. Not quite big enough. I know, I'm still in discussion about that, but it has been the best and favourite paper for these prints. I have used the 300 gram watercolour paper a couple of times, but I find it a lot harder to glue down onto a canvas. This is so soft, wraps around the sides, it looks absolutely fabulous, and so far it has pulled everything up off the plate. Even my thick layers and textures of collage pulled it straight up. That's what you want in a paper. So the paper's down, I've put extra papers on the side, and then I left it to dry in my studio for an hour. Might have been a little bit more than an hour with my little fan on, because I like having the fan on. It has to be dry or it's not going to pick up all those layers. And I really want it to pick up all that gold leaf. So I start with the strip down the side, pulling it off slowly, carefully, because it's probably only really going to be just dry if it's only been an hour. And then the strip at the bottom. I was busting to see how it was going to look. So then I pulled up the print slowly, one side. I like to pull up one side, and then I stop, and then I pull up the other side, just so I can not put too much stress or strain on any one edge of the paper. That's what I'm thinking. But it pulled up absolutely fabulous. Ta-da, ta-da! Have a look at the beautiful abstract print from my 3 unusual textures. I'm absolutely loving these textures. You know I'm going to do this again. Have a look at how fabulous the print is. You can see all of those layers, that fabulous white scribble, which of course sits on the top because we put that down first, and then the fabulous lines of the spray paint. I absolutely love that the spray paint comes up easily off the gel plate. Then I've got the dance moves, the beautiful transparent iron oxide in that splashy organic texture, and of course the fabulous gold leaf. Have a look here when I pull it up and pull it into the light, how beautiful it shines with all of that gold leaf goodness. I'm so excited that it came off the plate, because sometimes you're not quite sure how all your layers are going to come up, but it looks beautiful. What do you think? I'm loving it. I absolutely love it. And the beautiful Kozo paper. Now, the Jelly Printing Mulberry Kozo paper comes in the full sheet, but you can also get it in A4 sheets. I know, I did say it needed to come in smaller packs. So have a look at that. You'll also find a discount code, which is Froilart. That will get you 10% discount on Kozo Studio website if you want to have a look at all the fabulous papers that I personally love to use. Right, so I've got the beautiful print. It's shining absolutely glorious in the light with the gold leaf. Oh, I love all the abstract marks on it. I love all the layers. I love the colours. Oh, yes. It's working for me. So I decided I'm going to put it on a canvas. Now I'm thinking this beautiful piece of paper I could cut down the middle and make a diptych. But today I actually don't have 2 canvases. I have this one, which is a 16 by 20 inch canvas. So I'm going to go ahead and just create one. I put a very generous amount of the Liquitex matte gel medium, brushing it onto the canvas and then turning it over and giving it a really good rub on the back. Then what I like to do is put the matte medium on the sides and fold them up and glue them onto the back. It works really well. It's just like wrapping a painting. You fold it up, you fix the corners, you glue it with the matte medium, ta-da, ta-da, and just like that, it's an amazing mixed media painting. I loved this print so much, I just had to stick it onto the canvas, and I think it looks absolutely fabulous. So what do you think about my glorious mixed media painting on canvas now? It was a gel print. It was one big, beautiful gel print, and now it's a glorious mixed media painting. Can you see the fabulous gold leaf? Oh, I absolutely love it, and it came off the plate pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Love the scribble, love the spray paint. I know, I'm going to have to do it again. And the gold leaf has got such fabulous shine to it. Absolutely glorious. So look at all the sides are all done. I wrapped the paper around. This paper from Kozo Studio, it glues down amazing. So I've been experimenting with quite a few papers. The wet strength tissue that I did quite a few weeks ago, put it onto canvas. I didn't like the way it crinkled. I guess because it's so thin and plasticky. And then the last few weeks, I also did some collage on the 300-gram watercolor paper, which is beautiful paper, and they turned out absolutely stunning. And I did create the diptych on the canvases, but it's hard to stick down on the canvas. It's really annoying because it's so thick. So this paper is thin, it's durable, it's strong. It pulls everything up off the plate, even the beautiful gold leaf, which I'm so happy about. And then it's so super soft and thin that it can wrap around the sides and look absolutely stunning. Now, I love it. I know I keep going on about it, but I really do. I'm going to hang it up on the wall. You watch. Next time you see a video, it's probably going to be behind me because it works so well. And I'm thinking I could do so many different ideas. There's so many possibilities with just one pull of a print off the massive big supersized gel plate, and putting it onto a canvas becomes a painting. Love it. Now, I probably could actually use the other half, which is this bit. This is just as nice, and I could definitely glue this onto canvas. It's just that I didn't have one today, or I would have. That's the only reason. I just didn't have one. But don't you worry about that, because you know I've got more coming. Thanks for joining me today. I had so much fun creating this fabulous abstract gel plate print, one pull, fabulous painting off the plate. I'm enjoying that, I think, the most at the moment before I come up with the next brilliant idea. Spray paint on the gel plate. Have you tried it? Of course, you can use a smaller gel plate. You don't have to be ridiculous like I am and have my supersized gel plate. These are very reasonably priced, the Meeden soft body. So get a pack of those. They work so well. I'm doing this again. And of course, if you buy imitation gold leaf and not the really spenny stuff, not the expensive stuff, then you can plaster it all over your gel plate. It does leave a little shimmer behind, but I think I'm going to leave it on the plate for the next print. What are we doing next week? I'm not sure, but there's going to be a little shimmer of gold across the plate when I pull the print. I hope I have inspired you today to have courage to push forward in whatever it is that you're creating. You'll find more information in the description under the video, or you can find me on my website, froyalart.com. I look forward to seeing you next week because I know we're going to be creating something beautiful.